The first part of this week's Torah portion, Parshat Yitro, is always waking up some feelings in my heart. I guess it's because it's discussing Zipporah, Moses' wife, and this is my name, so I feel something towards it. Feelings are what Jethro is teaching us in this part to use in our everyday life. The Torah starts with discussing a whole detailed story about Jethro, his daughter Zipporah, her sons, Moses' sons, Gershom and Eliezer, and Jethro sends a message to his son-in-law, Moshe, that they are coming. And what is he saying? It's Zipporah, which her name in Hebrew means a bird. She is like a bird. Since you sent her back to me, she is like a bird that has no home. In Proverbs, there is a verse, as a bird that wandereth from her nest, so is a man that wandereth from his place. Same was Zipporah, a bird wandering, looking for her home, doesn't have it. Why was she wandering? Why wasn't she with Moses? That's because on his way back to Egypt, to take out the children of Israel out of Egypt, he met his brother, Aaron. And Aaron asks, who are they? And he says, that's my wife, Zipporah, and my children, Gershom and Eliezer. And Aaron says, are you crazy? Don't we have enough enslaved people in Egypt that you have to bring more people to suffer there? And then Moses is listening, and he sends his wife and children back to their safe place by his father-in-law. But now his father-in-law, Jethro, says, it's time to take them back. So he sends this message using emotions. He says, feel your wife's sorrow. She is not having a normal home. She needs you. And if not her, it's your children. It's Gershom, which in Hebrew, Gershom means I was a stranger in a strange country. Remember how you felt when you were a stranger. Remember Eliezer. Eliezer is God was in my help. Remember how God helped you when you had to escape out of Egypt. You had to escape Egypt because you killed someone there, and God helped you. Remember how it felt like. Take them back, asks Jethro, and please come towards us. And when we are coming, and this is exactly what Moses is doing. He's getting the message. He's going towards them in the desert. He's meeting his children, his wife, taking them back with him to the tent, to his home in the desert. Now that is the first part where we can see for everyday use how to use emotions. Nowadays emotions are so not rated. People could sometimes laugh when you use your emotion. Everybody is rational. Emotions are for Facebook likes, not for real life. So this is how it teaches us, yes, we need to use our emotions wisely in everyday life. Then the Torah goes on and tells us that Moshe and Jethro, are sitting, chatting, talking about the last occasions, the last miracles that the children of Israel experienced. And they are discussing the crossing of the Red Sea, the big miracles that happened there, and what happened to the Egyptians. They all drowned there. And there, Jethro is using his emotions again. He says, again, it's not something that you can exactly translate, but he says, now I know that God is bigger than all the other powers, all the other gods, because he punished them. How did he punish them? The same way that they behaved towards the children of Israel. What happened? Jethro is reviewing all the occasions that happened, and he used his emotions, and this is why he noticed something that others didn't notice or didn't want to notice. He says, listen, I know that the children of Israel had to go through lots of sorrow, lots of suffer, to be enslaved, because 430 years before that, God said to Abraham, you should know that your children would go to a strange country, and they would suffer there, and they would be enslaved, and after that, I would take them out, and they would be my children, my nation. So, if they had to go through it, Why would God punish the Egyptians for what they did? And the answer is what Jethro is pointing out here. They were punished not just because enslaving the children of Israel, but because they added more to the suffer that they didn't have to do. What did they do? They said, we are going to kill all the boys that were born. How? By drowning them in the Nile. So here, this is God's answer. You wanted to drown, you drowned the children of Israel, their boys, in the Nile. Now your men were drowning in the sea. Using our emotions, we could get closer to God, just how Jethro got closer. We just have to wake them up in the everyday life, see what's going on around us, and then we could get the message and get closer to Hashem.